in the middle of a busy, buzzy forest, lived a tiny turtle named Tilly. Now, everyone in the forest was always in a hurry. The squirrels dashed, the rabbits bounced, even the bees zipped by. But Tilly, she liked to stroll. She liked to smell the flowers, watch the butterflies, and wave at snails. One morning, Tilly was on her way to visit her grandma. She took the same path every day, a path filled with crunchy leaves, tall trees, and little bridges over babbling brooks. And as she walked, the other animals rushed past her, almost knocking her over. "Whoa, watch it, will ya? Sorry, no time to stop. Gotta dash! Move it! Slowpoke, or you'll never make it. Oh, come on. Don't be such a..." So, Tilly lowered her head and sighed. Maybe I'm just not made for this forest. A little while later, she finally reached her grandma's pond, a calm, clear spot surrounded by soft green grass. Tilly loved visiting her grandma, who always had the wisest words and the kindest smile. "What's wrong, dear?" she asked, sensing Tilly's sadness. "Everyone's always so busy and fast, and I'm always late," Tilly replied, feeling a tear roll down her cheek. Being slow isn't fun when everyone else is quick and zippy, especially when you're trying to be helpful. Her grandma tilted her head, then said, "Going slow doesn't mean you're behind, dear. It just means you notice more along the way." Tilly wasn't so sure, but she hugged her grandma anyway, and they sat in comfortable silence for a while. As the sun climbed higher in the sky, Tilly felt a little bit better, but still not great. Maybe her grandma was right. Maybe being slow did have its perks. She smiled, took a deep breath, and started her walk home. Suddenly, whoosh, a strong wind blew through the forest. It knocked leaves off trees, scattered pine cones, and sent twigs flying through the air. All the animals panicked and dashed away. A blue jay lost his balance and tumbled out of a tree. "Help! I can't fly!" he cried. The rabbit was close by, but he kept on hopping away without looking back. The squirrel scampered up a tree, but he was too afraid to reach out a paw. The bee zipped past, but he had somewhere important to be. They were all too busy, too scared or too worried to help. But not Tilly. She froze when she heard the bird's cries. She looked around to see where he fell, and when she saw his tiny body shivering on the ground, she knew she had to do something. She carefully approached the fallen bird, trying to look brave. "Don't be scared," she said, in her calmest voice. "I'm here to help." She gently lifted him on her shell and started walking toward the tree. "Don't worry," she said to the bird. "We'll get you home safe and sound." Then she started to walk as fast as she could. She crossed the little bridges, climbed over logs, and ducked under branches. She could hear the frantic chirps of the mother bird, and she knew she had to hurry. As she got closer, she saw the mother bird waiting on a branch. She flew down and landed beside Tilly. "Oh, my baby," she cried, nuzzling her little one. "Thank you, Tilly," she said, turning to Tilly. "You're the kindest soul. We're so grateful." But Tilly shook her head. "I was just in the right place at the right time," she said. The wind started to die down, the leaves fell silent, and a gentle calm returned to the forest. The animals came out of their hiding places, shaken but unharmed. They gathered around Tilly, who stood proudly with the rescued bird in her arms. "Wow, Tilly," the rabbit said, looking ashamed. "We were too fast to see what was happening." "We're sorry, we teased you. We were scared," the squirrel whispered, hanging his head. "But you weren't scared, were you?" Tilly asked. The squirrel shook his head. "No, I wasn't." Tilly looked at them, her eyes sparkling. "Being fast is fine, but sometimes slow helps too," the animals thought for a moment. Then the bird piped up, "And sometimes slow saves the day." The animals cheered. They all understood now. Being fast wasn't everything. Sometimes slowing down to help others was much more important. Tilly walked among them, her head held high. She had shown them that being slow didn't mean being helpless or left behind. It meant being kind, being brave, and being there for others when they needed it most. From that day on, the animals in the forest changed their ways. They still dashed and zipped, but they also paused and waited. They learned to appreciate Tilly's pace, realizing that going slow sometimes saved the day. They walked alongside her, sharing stories and laughter, creating new friendships that had blossomed because of a little turtle who was unafraid to go at her own pace. Tilly continued her walks with her newfound friends, happy to share her wisdom and her pace with them. She taught them about the beauty of the forest, the wonders of nature, and the importance of helping those in need. The animals listened, touched by her gentle spirit and her unwavering kindness. As the seasons passed, Tilly's legend grew. The young animals would gather around her, eager to hear her stories and learn from her experiences. She became a symbol of wisdom and courage, proving that being different wasn't just okay, it was extraordinary. Tilly the turtle didn't change her pace, but the world around her slowed down just enough to see how special she truly was. She taught them that being different wasn't just okay, it was extraordinary. The forest was a better place because of Tilly. The animals understood now that being fast wasn't everything. Sometimes slowing down to help others was much more important. They walked alongside her, sharing stories and laughter, creating new friendships that had blossomed because of a little turtle who was unafraid to go at her own pace. And whenever the wind rustled through the leaves or the birds sang in the trees, they remembered Tilly's lesson. They remembered that sometimes slow saves the day. The end.